What's up? This is what's happening and where at South by Southwest. I'm here with Stuart Sullivan, who's a studio owner, producer, engineer here in town, and we're here to hear a little bit of his story. Stuart, you got anything for us, man? Tell us a little bit what you got going on.
I got nothing.
What do you think about some of this interactive media that we've got going on online and with mobile devices? Even like Apple TV, TV box set tops.
Well, box tops of CDs.
Box tops of CDs and movies.
Well,
stuff.
It started, 15 years ago as the internet kind of came out, digital sharing came, and what you're seeing is the digital sharing of music was just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking digital sharing now of all information that you care to release, and some you may not care to release. But it's still in its infancy. It's still developing in many ways because you're trying to monetize or capitalize financially on some of these things.
Right.
But the movement, the flow of information, the basic superstructure of what's happening is happening for free right now in the Wild West. We'll see, I think in about 5 years, we'll see the control of a lot more of this information. And that will be a little bit sad because things will be exclusive, you'll get aced out if you don't pay to get in. And I think that the pay-to-play mentality of the internet is going to start kind of infusing into this process more. But right now, whether it's just social networking, the tools that are developed to social network can be used for business, they can be used for information transfer, they can be used for education, they can be used for research. I mean, the tools fundamentally are being driven by a lot of the social network and the curiosity about what can happen. And the ultimate uses, I think, are going to be far more profound than what we're seeing right now.
Right on. Coming from old school studios, analog stuff like that, as far as how all this has moved into a more digital world, are you feeling like there's going to be some more opportunity in the next couple of years for artists doing the same thing I'm doing now?
Yeah. Well, things have changed so dramatically. This has probably been the most dramatic shift in our industry since like multi-track recording came about, and it has equalized the playing field for a lot of people. What used to be an expensive rich man's game to get into is now very universal. You can make quality recordings in your bedroom. I mean, not necessarily what you want to end up with, but in some cases, yeah. The ability and the control that you have over the resources now has equalized the stage so much and changed the pattern, and any pattern that gets ingrained tends to have some greed and some largesse in there. And certainly the recording industry was one of the prime porks of all that. And I mean recording industry, not just the studios, but the whole record companies. And as you've seen with the digital downloading and whatnot, and incredibly bad business decisions, the major label scenario is fracturing. And it's coming into a lot of small people. This is just the cycle you see every time where some new technology or some new idea gets developed and everything becomes a Wild West free-for-all, as I mentioned earlier. Then slowly people figure out how to control and capitalize on it, and it gets more and more homogenized. We are in the pendulum swing to the far right, not just with technology, but obviously with the music business in general. We have hit a stage where the control of all the resources has been broken. And we have a new model, which we don't really know what it is fully. Right. People, I mean, if we knew what the new model was, those people would be very rich by now. Well, they probably are, actually. Already started. The people that are going to control this are probably already quite rich. But nonetheless, I see in this time of what's been deterioration to a certain degree, I got to ride on the old record company machine. And the old, it was fun, but it was ridiculous, it was overpriced, it was overcost. People having gold record parties when the band's not even there and the band's paying for it. I mean, I could go on and on about the atrocities in the record company, and that has really, really shifted dramatically. It's the worst time than ever to be a huge star, and it's the best time ever to be a modest regional star. Internet radio is allowing people to get all over the country, all over the world, so the advertising dollars are getting diffused more and more. Radio stations are having bigger problems. And while there's many radio stations I love and I hate to see them have troubles, the system has been sick and it's realigning itself. And I can't help but think that there'll be a more productive system in place until it rots.
I got you, man. I got you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Anything you want to add about what you've got, currently with the studio, things changing?
Well, the world of the studio in general has shifted so much, and probably 70% of the major facilities in this country have closed over the last 15 years. Right. It's just been incredibly dramatic. It's decimated the industry. On the other hand, again, it's provided a change in the system. There was so much fat and so much expense involved, and a lot of that's getting shifted away. Some of the important parts, I mean, the standards and mores that studios kept. This is quality. This is what's supposed to be done. Now, whatever you do is fine, but this is the standard of quality.
Right.
Here's the maintenance situation for studios. Here's the professional booking and scheduling situation. Here's the internship systems. These were all really important and crucial elements of the old studios that have taken a serious hit as the big studios have died away too. And I know I and a number of my peers are looking to kind of reestablish some of those things, because they're very good for our business. They're very good for people to learn and understand. It gives us a certain amount of base level credibility to have standards and mores. And I think smaller studios are they're offering more for less. They're being far more competitive. They have to. The market's changed so dramatically. The budgets have shrunk so much. We're all working for budgets that are 10 times smaller than what we used to. But it still works. It still works for the musician better. It works for the studio because we still stay busy, and we're not having our asses kicked by 25-year-old kids that didn't sign the next big band, so they're a big star and they're at their company right now. It's just such random nature of some of these people. With that sort of ridiculousness removed, studios are a lot more legit. They're a lot more direct. You can deal with the owner most of the time as opposed to a layer of bureaucracy. Those that are successful certainly know how to cater to musicians and artists and management more than what was before. It's just a healthier, leaner, more productive, more inclusive environment than what it used to be. I'm old enough to have gone through the old system, and people got held over barrels. I mean, there were only so many people that could pony up this big money to get a studio, and that was the only option you had. Now there's so much opportunity, and there's so many people that are professional level that know, okay, we need to do this at a big room, we can do this at a small room, we need to do this at a big room. It's being used almost on a smorgasbord manner now, and that's healthier. It provides a better product for less money, which then allows the new artist who's not signed to a major label and saddled with all the bureaucracy and all the expenses and all the advertising scams to be able to promote their product, hopefully own it or own a larger percentage than the 12% or 15% the record company might give you in the past. You get a 50-50 deal with your record company, and you can sell a fraction of the records and make money. Right. Whereas, I've worked with bands, we sold 6, 7, 8, 900,000 copies, and they never recouped. An artist now can recoup. If you can sell 5,000 copies, you can probably recoup your costs, right, plus some. Manufacturing costs, recording costs, everything involved. The break-even point has shifted so dramatically because so much of the crap has been swept away, and it's a leaner system in general. Right. And as a result, I think everybody who is committed to doing good music and trying to work hard, they're thriving, while people that kind of got used to the old way, which is just almost a government job sort of mentality. I'm just going to show up and do my thing and the job will be here every day. Those people are, as they should be, fallen by the wayside.
Uh-huh.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. That was great. Hey guys, if you're looking to record in Austin, you're looking for the right man to do it, it's Wire Recording. You can check out the website at
www.wirerecording.com.
And be sure to check out Stuart Sullivan, allmusic.com. Stuart Sullivan, you want to check out what this guy's got in his pocket.
And check out Josh Tatum.
And we got my EP finished in December. It's titled Patience. You guys check out joshtatum.com. You want to hear what's going on there. Right here with Stuart Sullivan, the man.
Thank you, Josh.
This is what's happening and where, South by Southwest.
2009.
Stay up.